Welcome to the start of the second half of the Knights and Mountain Lions. Spencer Thompson, James Shannon, proud to bring you the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week from Fred Lane Field in Franklin. And I believe the Tennessee High School football app is almost entirely updated, but
no, it is updated.
Mr. Shannon
is updated.
Yep. Mr. Shannon is working hard, that's for sure.
I say it's updated, and I literally get it. There's 6 games going on tonight, folks. 6 games. I literally just got 3 texts in a row from 3 separate games. Just bang, bang, bang.
Yep. It's going to be stressful for you to get this updated.
No.
Hey, playoffs time, it'll be so much easier. You'll be able to actually just call the game.
It's never stressful to keep up with what's going on around Kentucky, Tennessee, and Alabama 8-man football.
Only stressful when you have to update it in the app while operating a camera and analyzing a game. Pitch to McLean. Backfield. Ball loose, and do the Knights get on it?
I can't tell through all the dirt.
I got a replay on that, so we'll maybe see who fell on it initially, but the call from Dozier is...
Coach Coughlin's leaving early. Let's give him a hand. Night ball.
Waiting on the signal from Dozier. And it is Knights ball.
Let's get this replay, Spencer.
So you can see on here where it does pop out. McLean with the pitch to McLean, and he got it, and it just popped out right there.
Yep.
That was a
pretty clear fumble.
Good play by Clay Lott to force the ball to pop out as well.
That's how you want to start out a second half if you're classical.
Especially with Saulstring going to the left side. He's got wide open field, only one man chasing him. That's Savy. Cuts to the inside. McLean to bring him down from behind.
McLean did a great job.
What a 35-yard run for
with Savy chasing him down. It slowed Saucy down just enough, and McLean was able to get in there and make the tackle. Great stop for the Mountain Lions.
McLean with the big play to prevent the touchdown from occurring, but the Knights pushing on.
Old Saucy's running that ball good tonight.
All right, 48-26. Bowling Green just scored, but Lighthouse still leads the Warriors.
Ooh, how about that stiff arm from Lott as he's staying on his feet till about the 11, 12-yard line. There was a flag.
That's my bad. I missed that one.
There was a flag in the secondary. As we get the call from Dozier.
Good hard run by Clay Lott to the right.
During the run, blocking the back on the offense, there'll be a 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Looks like first and 20 is a block in the back on the Knights.
So again, it's moments like that where potentially big plays are erased, but not too big of a play for the Knights to worry about on that.
Spencer, the Emmanuel Dang took the opening second half kickoff back for a touchdown for South Haven Christian, but Ty Whitaker has a keeper. It's now 28-20.
Hubbard scrambles. Gain of about 6 yards on the play. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. And shaves a few seconds off of the clock, and timeout called by Classical early on. So we'll get that on the PA system.
Timeout, Franklin Classical. That'll be their first charge timeout of the half.
The Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is sponsored by Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way. Jets Pizza of Springfield, Fort Campbell, and Clarksville. Let's get Jets. The Allergy Center of Franklin. Visit allergyfranklin.com.
Can I do this one?
Your buddy.
Our
Joe
broadcast,
Graves.
it's brought to you by my man Joe Graves. He's with IHateBuyingInsurance.com. Check him out. Give him a shot.
10:58 left to go and winding down. Deep toss left side. The catch is made. Touchdown. Jed Mangrum on the connection. 7 points pending. Another 6 on the board for Classical.
Beautiful, beautiful pass from Sam Hubbard. Nailed it.
As the replay will show you in just a few seconds, a quick pass left side on the offensive motion and just a brilliant catch. And he had Seavey in coverage, but not enough to get it going. And we'll see James's favorite thing in just a moment.
I'm loving this. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Extra points. Now they're going to go 2 here.
Yeah, to make it a 21-point game. Hubbard tries to pass it out incomplete.
Extra going for 2 points.
So
no
2-point conversion is no good. 19-0. The Knights lead the Mountain Lions on homecoming night with another score to start the second half.
Touchdown, Samuel.
.49 left to go in the third. Classical just looking, I believe this could potentially be their first shutout on the year. It's gone past 10 yards, but it goes out of bounds. I believe they will have the Knights re-kick.
That's some heads-up football right there from Classical, or from Sewanne rather, knowing the situation and knowing what they can do to put the Knights in that situation. They might make them re-kick it, and I think they will. Nope. They're going to let them keep it.
Place it at the 41-yard line, and the Mountain Lions, they've been in this situation before throughout the game where they've had incredible field advantage. It's just a matter of capitalizing on it.
Hey, look, another touchdown for Aiden Hooper at the half. Lighthouse leads Bowling Green 52-28.
So the Warriors now officially clinched a playoff spot per recent developments. We'll go over that on Extreme Radio on Sunday.
You won't want to miss it.
As pitch to Adipo, left side. Gain of about a yard for second and about 2nd and 9.
Bernie McKinnon on the tackle.
So the interesting thing about the rest of the games from the league, of course, whoever wins that Riverside-Lancaster game, they've clinched a playoff spot. But if the result holds for Ezel Harding, they've officially all 3 have clinched a playoff spot. Ten minutes left and winding down in the third.
Plenty of time here for Sewanne to get something going.
Not enough on that play as flags fly.
Before the snap, delay a game on the offense. That'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Delay a game on the offense, that's a 5-yard penalty.
Replay, 2nd down.
just the mistakes that have happened for the Mountain Lions have essentially cost them scores and potentially costed them the game. That one not as crucial, but it could come back to bite them on 2nd and 15. Pitch to the right, a Dippo. Gain of a yard for 3rd down and 14.
Is it a Dippo or a Depot?
Sure.
Ooh.
It's one of the interesting things, of course, for the Mountain Lions. We talked about their diversity. And looking at the roster, of course, that we got for the Mountain Lions, you look at Adipo. He's actually from Kenya, so not Nigeria. He's from Kenya. And they've got people on
That's what
their
the roster
team.
says.
Yep, at least from their roster. We got people from Kenya, Spain, and we got Kingston, Jamaica, and Bulgaria. Get another call here.
As well as Oregon.
Before the snap, false start on the offense. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
But again, the diversity on their team, now that the Webb School is no longer in 8-man football, at least for 2 years, now they're no longer in 8-man football, Sewanne's the only one that really brings.
That's the most diverse school.
Most diverse.
Yeah.
Now, of course, some other schools, they do bring some people from other countries and such. You see that.
Yeah, but they don't touch Sewanne, though.
Yeah,
might have one
Sewanne
or
will
two
always have
countries.
the most diverse. Pass left side, intercepted. First turnover for the Mountain Lions, and it's Clay Lott to the left side. Clay Lott staying on his feet, cutting back in. How about avoiding some more people? Clay Lott to the end zone. Touchdown, Classical.
It was a great interception return for Lott.
Interception,
Weaving and
touchdown
bopping
by
and
number
weaving his
21,
way.
Clay Lott.
And that's a big play for Clay Lott. No flags on the field as well.
You could just see the defensive move on the replay here of how he managed to stay on his feet and not get tackled.
Well, a great job going inside, outside, inside, back outside to the sideline, had the end zone. And we will see the extra point here, Spence.
One of the brilliant plays you could see from any player, and that just proves it even more.
Great job.
James's favorite thing, the extra point.
I love it. I love it.
Even though they missed that 2-point conversion, they'll just go for the PAT. Kick is up, and it is
good.
The point after is good.
26-0.
Number
The
9,
Knights looking to have their
26-0
first
Knights.
shutout of the year. And on homecoming night, it's looking big for Classical. So a onside kick attempt by the Knights.
Great tackle by Ernie McKinnon.
Ernie McKinnon with the tackle. As Classical continues to try and get the ball back.
Spencer, Lancaster Christian has now taken a 42-14 lead on Riverside. Big touchdown pass. Bragg to Moore once again. Still 2.5 minutes left in the first half in that game. That's what you get for starting late.
So, of course, that means with Riverside Christian, of course, they're with Ezel Harding likely going to get the victory over Franklin Christian. That means Riverside still has a playoff berth, but they've locked that number 3 seed.
Speaking of which, Franklin Christian did just score. It's now 67-30.
So FCA got a touchdown there as it's fake to the right side. Kyler Cantrell with the ball, and the Knights get it, but
Sahlstrom got it.
There are several flags on the field.
For the Knights, but there's a flag.
We'll see if we get it. Several flags on the field. So we're going to see what we get from Carson Dozier, and might be saying something to Classical. Get the discussion in just a moment, but it's interesting. Dozier just having a discussion with Herrera. Seeing which ones are going to decline a call, and we'll get the call.
There are 2 penalties on the play, both against the previous offense. We got hold, white. We got illegal use of hands, white. Both of those penalties are declined. First down.
So Classical still gets it, and we've got the replay to show you on how
Saucy
that happened.
with the recovery and a great job getting the ball out, and the Knights falling back on it.
So you look here, it was sold well, pitched to the right side to Cantrell, and just got popped out.
Yep.
And that was a pop out by Ernie McKinnon making the big play. As it's a scramble by Hubbard to the right side.
Gain of a little bit on the play, but there's a flag, Spence.
Another flag down.
The offense, that'll be a 10-yard penalty. Down.
So didn't catch it there. I believe it was either holding. So move it back 10 yards, 1st and 10.
Ezel must have some backups in. FCA just scored again. Makes it a 67-38 game there in the third quarter. A little bit of a shootout right across the road. Not so much here. Oh, it's getting good. Ty Whitaker, quarterback keep for the Heat. Touchdown. Pending the 2-point, we could have a tie ball game.
1st and 20, and another flag on the play. Let's make that 3 plays in a row where we've had penalties.
Before the snap, false start on the offense. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
So again, it's just another penalty there, and make that a 1st and probably about half of the field at this point.
2-point conversion is no good up in Mount Juliet, Spencer. South Haven leads the Tennessee Heat 28-26.
See if the Knights can get anything going here. Hubbard, deep toss right side, incomplete. Looks like it could have been a chance for Cantrell to get the interception there.
Cantrell or McLean? We're both looking at it.
So it actually looks like Josh Austin has his shoulder pads off on the sideline. He's got his shoulder pads off, and he's just helping him coach. Wonder if he had any injury or something that was aggravated. He's
It
got
might
his
have
shoulder
been.
pads
That
off.
might have been. That'd be interesting to find out. You see him right there in the bottom middle of your screen.
Second down. Deep toss left side. What a catch! Flag down, but what a catch by Jed Mangrum.
With the defensive pass interference flag coming in.
What a catch, and I've got the replay on it. We'll get the call from Dozier in a little bit, but incredible stuff by Jed Mangrum.
You're going to see him on the right side of your screen.
We'll get the call.
During the play, center on the defense, that penalty line.
Just a big play, and we'll look at that catch by Mangrum one more time.
We're going to see Mangrum on the – actually, it looks like he was on the left side of your screen. Right side of your screen, left side of the formation. Straight up right there. And a great job just laying out for the ball.
Spectacular catch. And scramble to the right side by Lott. Gets down to about the original line of gain.
Clay Lott, gain of 5 yards.
Make that 7:24.
Spence, ball was fumbled in the end zone. Micah Jones falls in his own end zone, falls on the ball, but it's a safety. Cowboys lead the Colts 24-14.
The Colts clinch the #1 seed in the North, but with their losses to several South teams, it begs the question because they've got a first-round bye, they've got plenty of time to prepare, and they've seen both Ezel Lancaster and Riverside. So it really begs the question of how is that semifinal going to play out at May Flanders Field? Of course, we'll talk about that in the later weeks. Another deep pass left side to Mangrum. The catch is made. Mangrum,
what a move!
Juke, spin. Serve him up to the end zone. Another touchdown for Mangrum.
What a move. And
Jed Mangrum on
Samuel Hubbard owes Mangrum a steak dinner tonight for that play, giving Hubbard a touchdown pass. What a great job getting in there.
And that was Elijah Seavey on the coverage. Spin, juke, cut, stiff arm at the end. Oh, my goodness.
It was like Mangrum hit every button on an Xbox controller in Madden. I mean, anything you can hit, he did. Oh, you want to spin? Here you go. Juke, here you go. Stiff arm, here you go. Oh, you want a hurdle? Well, no, not on this play.
Got him with no controller delay, too. Extra point attempt is blocked. And it's
I caught the tail end of it.
32-0, 7:06. The Knights 3 points away from forcing the Mercy Roll. Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week, sponsored by Tennessee Heat Athletics. Visit TennesseeHeatSports.com. Dr. Sterling Foster. Visit drsterlingfoster.com for all your digestive issues and chiropractic needs. Chuck Miner Homes. Visit chuckminerhomes.com for the best home deals in Middle Tennessee. And by Symmetry Financial Group's Daniel Hoffmeister. Safety for your family. .06, another onside kick attempt by the Knights, and did they recover it? Just trying to wait for the official ruling. I think Classical may have. Sewanne, I think, recovered it per the official ruling.
What a great job on that touchdown, though. Jed Mangrum, first year with Classical, or second year maybe. That's just incredible. You still got the replay up, Spence?
Yeah, we can see that touchdown catch one
I
more
mean,
time.
we need to watch that touchdown catch again.
Especially while they're setting up this play here. But you just look at that play and deep pass.
Watch the
there.
moves. Ready? 1,
Juke,
2,
spin,
3,
cut, stiff arm.
stiff arm. I mean, literally any button on an Xbox controller minus hurdle.
So that's Clay Lott is being taken to the sideline. Looks like
That's not good for classical. You don't like that at all.
Not good at all. First and 10. Shovel pass. McLean, right side.
We're going to get a holding here on the backside of the play, Spence.
Flag thrown, and that's 6:50 left in the third.
Option play broken up and tackled by Samuel Hubbard. Flag in the play.
Back on the offense. That'll be a 10-yard penalty. Repeat. First down.
Make that
Sorry,
10
block in
10
the
yards.
back. I missed that one. I'm going to miss him every now and then.
I wonder what your percentages on correctly predicted penalties. If we had a
I don't know.
statistician, he'd probably go back and look at that.
It's a good point. I mean, I know my prediction so far this year. I'm 34-7.
But after tonight, you may be going 34-8.
No, if everything keeps going the way it is, they'll see 34-8, 35-8, 36-8, 37-8, 37-9.
Handoff up the middle. McLean to the right side, weaving through that Knights defense. Finally brought down at the goal line. A flag thrown.
Yeah, that's going to hurt in the morning.
But a touchdown.
That was a brutal takedown. And that there's no place for that in the game of football. There's no place for a takedown like that in the game of football.
But the Mountain Lions get their first touchdown. Just this big run, and you could see this tackle on the
McLean,
edge.
that was all hard.
And
That was all hard on that run.
that was Salstrom pulling him down at the end. And we'll get the call
Well,
from
they know each
Dozier.
other too.
And we'll get the call from Dozier in just a moment. But probably what's going to happen is probably enforced on the kickoff.
Yeah.
Maybe did you say maybe an ejection on that too, just because of the unnecessary roughness?
Man, that's a tough call.
It's tough. We leave that to Ronnie Perkins and his crews. We'll see what Carson tells us. They're still having a discussion through their system, and here we go.
Well, he's staying.
Personal foul, late hit on the defense. Result of the play is a touchdown. Will assess the penalty on the kick.
So no ejection on that.
And McLean's going to kick the extra point here. Not only did he score the touchdown, he's going to kick the extra point.
And we'll get the replay on that one more time after the extra point attempt. So James can break it down, go to the James film room, and extra point is good. So 32-7.
No question about it.
So no shutout on the homecoming night for Franklin Classical, but you look at this replay one more time and just McLean.
That run was all heart.
Fully towards
And
the end zone, you
Salstrom a
see
great
here.
job catching up with them, but there's no place for that in the game of football at all.
Fortunately. Kickoff coming up in just a few moments. No shutout here, but Mountain Lions get on the board. So with the penalty being enforced on the kickoff, they're taking it from the 45-yard line.
Spencer, Riverside Christian scored David Black to Crutcher Zell. It's now 42-22, Lancaster with the lead.
So this whistle's blown. Maybe a flag or something. There's a flag thrown, so didn't get the penalty on there. Just waiting for the official to make the call. So waiting for the call there. It was an illegal procedure on the kicking team. That's the only thing in high school football on kickoffs, that the penalties are always called by the official closer to the line. And I believe they move it up further. Oh, wait a second. Aren't they supposed to move it up further on the penalty? It looks like they moved it 5 yards back.
No, because the penalty was on Sewanne. It's a 5-yard penalty.
But it was at the okay.
It was up at the 45. You're supposed to kick it from the 40, 15-yard penalty, and then you lose 5 on the kickoff.
Okay. That's what it was. Thinking the penalty was on Sewanne.
What a laser.
Line drive. Clay Lott back in the game. Good to see him there. As Lott looking for a kickoff return for a touchdown. Is he going to get it here? Gets tripped up on his own feet. Turf Monster got him, as James always says.
That's my line.
Why do you think I credited you with
You
it?
steal my lines
There's
all
a
the
reason I
time,
gave you
man.
credit.
I'm just kidding. But for real, though, the Turf Monster got him.
So now 6:04 left to go in the third, and we've got several scoring updates going around the league.
Spencer, Freedom Cowboys have scored again. They now lead Christian Community 30-14 at the start of the fourth quarter. I'll get you some more updates as soon as this is over.
Hubbard, right side, catch made. It's Clay Lott again. Cuts. He's got Cameron Harmon on him, trying to get to the outside. There is a flag, though.
That's going to be
Lott staying on his feet to about the 24-yard line.
That's going to be an illegal block, Spencer.
It's probably an illegal block if James Shannon's
Or a block in
predictions
the
are
back.
correct. One of the 7 options you gave, and Carson Dozier will get the call from him in just a moment.
This little foul on the offense. That'll be a 15-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
So it was something to do with a block for sure.
Was it a block in the back, Spence?
Didn't catch it.
Yes, it
on
was a
there.
block in the back.
Sure.
Well, Ty Whitaker apparently is playing quarterback tonight. And another quarterback keeper. 2-point conversion is no good, but the Heat lead the Patriots 32-28. They've come back from 28. We're made down 28-12. Or 28-13, rather.
So, you know, obviously South Haven has clinched a home playoff game up in Springfield. So they're going to host Riverside Christian with the playoffs essentially being locked there. So that's going to be a really interesting playoff game to see. And they are they're facing off against each other in the final week of the season. But that's the question. That's the question. Do they cancel that game in the last week of the season? If they're going to Riverside and South Haven, if they're going to face each other
No.
the
You
week
play the
after.
game.
You play each other twice?
You can't take that senior night away from Riverside Christian.
That's true. It is their senior night.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
keep that in
no. That's not fair.
So one gets to travel down to Fayetteville, the other gets to travel up to Springfield the following week.
Well, that's not the first time we've had a flip-flop like that, Spence.
That is true.
And it won't be the last time.
When was the last time we had that flip-flop for playoff reasons?
It would have been, I think we had one last year.
Last year's playoffs was Lancaster Christian Community, and it was Webb.
Then it wasn't
Webb
last year.
Heat.
Wasn't last year.
There was Bowling Green Riverside last year. For
You're
the
right.
bowl
That's what
game.
I'm thinking of. That's what I'm thinking of.
That was for the bowl game, but I don't think they played in the last week of the regular season last year, was it? Did they?
Looks like Yeah, Bowling Green Riverside did. Looks like an equipment issue for Sewanne. Spencer, Jaden Hermina, 1-yard touchdown run. Cowboys lead the Colts 38-14 now.
Cowboys are
That's going to be a long drive back from Huntsville for Christian Community.
a lot of long drives that they. Yeah, either that or they might be staying the night down in Huntsville. Who knows?
They might be. There's some places to stay down there.
1st and 15. Quick toss, incomplete.
Looks like Lott wasn't paying attention to the throw. Not saying anything wrong on Lott. He just didn't realize the ball was coming to him. Maybe a misread on the play there in the huddle.
Offense, that'll be a 10-yard penalty. First.
So holding on the offense, they bring it back.
Looks like our batteries are going bad there, Spence.
So you're actually right. You're actually right. Looking at the helmet schedule last year, Bowling Green hosted Riverside, so that was the flip-flop.
Yeah, it was the flip-flop. Yeah.
But playoff-wise, postseason game-wise, yes, it happened last year. But playoff-wise, that's a history.
Well, let's look up the 2017. Let's look up the 2017 helmet schedule.
2017's playoffs were.
We'll get someone on it.
Webb hosting South Haven, which I don't think they ever faced off against each other, and then there was Christian Community Franklin Christian. So it didn't happen at least with that Colts game because they hosted Lighthouse. They hosted Lighthouse in the final week of the season. Deep toss, right side, incomplete.
Just too far for Salstrom. Just barely missed Salstrom. Hubbard's got an arm, and Hubbard can let it go, and he's made some throws tonight that were on the money. And he's only a sophomore.
I
think he's a junior.
Talking about Hubbard?
Yeah.
Sophomore. That's at least what we got on the roster.
Pretty sure he's a junior.
He's in some grade at least. But regardless, he's at least got one more year of football. At least one more year in either case. Hopefully 2. As whistles blow, we got another penalty. Referee's mic not working there, so false start.
Might be the batteries there, Spence.
For 10. That
Nope.
was on 10.
It's just the signal.
He had 13 and 52.
Yeah, so it was just the signal getting a little bit iffy there. Batteries were full when we checked it prior to the game.
If you say so.
It's like he doesn't believe me. It happens. Any scoring updates we got? Well, this game is kind of winding down. Second down and long as goes to the right side. That's Clay Lott pushing through, staying on his feet. Almost got dragged down by the jersey, but just steady on his feet to about the 38-yard line.
Steady on his feet.
Any scoring updates that we got around the
I
league?
am getting ready. Well, here's what I'll do. I don't know if it's an update, so let's go through the rundown. At the half, Lancaster Christian leads Riverside Christian 42-22. Last we heard in the third quarter, Ezell Harding led Franklin Christian 67-38. At the half, Lighthouse Christian leads Bowling Green Christian 52-28. In the fourth, it's the Freedom Cowboys 38, Christian Community 14. And in the third quarter, Tennessee Heat 32, South Haven Christian 28.
So now on about 3rd down and 15. Classical trying to march down the field. It's going to be at least 2 more scores before they get the mercy rule enacted as Salstrom goes to the left and stopped out of bounds at the 40. And flag thrown on McLean.
There's something going on between McLean and Salstrom off of the touchdown on the backside.
Probably a little bit of strife.
And again,
he's probably just turned his microphone on. Probably thinks it's on right now even though it's off. Same situation, but, you know, it is what it is. So make that.
well, and again, they know each other. They played each other in Extreme All-Star game last year, so there is a history. They do know each other. But a little bit of disagreement maybe over that play in the end zone, and McLean expressed his displeasure. Let's just say that.
We'll just go with that. 2:40 left to go in the third. Lott stuffed by that Sewanne defense.
There wasn't a whole lot happening on that play. Lott was a little slow to get going. He tried to start up the middle and then cut back to the right, and there was nothing doing.
So on a first down.
Could this be the longest quarter in 8-man football history?
Somebody asking some
Not
history
even
questions.
close, buddy.
We got the 8-man football historian here. We got another guy we could easily contact, but more than likely, this is not the longest quarter. About 2:28. Just a 2nd and 15. Knights trying to get it done. Finally, they can resume. 2nd and 15. Deep toss by Hubbard, right side. The catch is made. Solstrom to the end zone. Touchdown,
What
Classical.
a play. What a
Beautiful
job.
pass by Samuel Hubbard, completed to Josh Salstrom for another Knights touchdown.
Right on the money. And like I said earlier tonight, Hubbard's had some throws. He's missed on some. And there's some like this one where it is right in the breadbasket, in stride. Perfect timing, perfect throw. Let's see if we get a little Genrath extra point here.
Probably what we get in this case. That'd make it a 32-point lead again. It's interesting that they go with the kick
It's good.
is good.
39-7.
2:09 left to go in the third. The Knights just trying to wrap it up here on homecoming night. .209 as the ball goes down. The Knights, do they fall on it? They recover it.
Covered by the Knights, Clay Lott.
Sewanne just didn't, one of the players didn't remember once it goes 10 yards, it's anybody's fair game.
Well, it looks like it bounced off of a Sewanne player right in front of him. And looks like Lott was able to get on top of the ball.
Even if it didn't bounce off a player, win 10 yards, it was anyone's fair game there. And great play by Clay Lott to give it back to Classical. But A lot of great plays going around in 8-man football, and we got some playoff situations solidified.
It is a final across the street. Ezel Harding, 67. Franklin Christian, 38. And let's spice it up a little bit, Spence, after this play.
Just a run up the middle and gain of a yard.
Tennessee Heat, 32. South Haven Christian, 28. Final. Patriots fumbled on their own 48 with 12 seconds to go. Heat recovered the ball.
And then they marched it down.
So Heat would have
hosted a playoff
And
game
here's the thing. Did the Heat play the 3 players from Clarksville that some of the hubbub is about? Because if they didn't, and they beat the Patriots without them, they would have locked in a home spot. The second seed.
But all of that
and
doesn't.
hosted.
But of course, all that doesn't matter as the Patriots are hosting the playoff game. Scramble left side, and stiff armed as Hubbard stiff arms as he goes out of
face
bounds.
mask coming in on the backside.
And you might be right on this one. You probably are. And again, thinking his microphone is on. Probably on at the moment, if we'll hear that in a second. So, yep.
The guy that was trying to tackle you, once you did this, that's face mask.
No, I know I did. I'm trying
Yeah.
So now about a minute and winding down left to go here on Classical's homecoming night. As it's run up the middle.
In the third quarter, Spencer, Lighthouse Christian, Jamari Teague scores again. Lions lead the Warriors 60-36 in Bowling Green. So, Spencer, I picked the Heat over South Haven Christian, right? So that's going to put me so far on the season, if the games continue to go like they are, because, I mean, they're all blowouts at this point. There's no close games. Looks like we got a timeout.
No, it's going to be the end of the third.
Okay, there you go.
End of the third quarter, 39-7.
When we come back, we'll give my record.
Classical trying to wrap it up here on their homecoming night. The Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is sponsored by International Fire Protection Incorporated. Life safety is our business.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Just to bug you.
Grow, Live, Give. Visit growlivegive.com. Star Physical Therapy. Your health, our hands. Choose Star. And by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology provider. Start of the fourth quarter here as Hubbard gets it across the middle, incomplete, intended for Clay Lott. Spencer Thompson, James Shannon, proud to be here at Fred Lane Field as we give you a shot of Coach John Hargis, the man who is in his 7th season as a head coach for the Mountain Lions. He is 16-38 overall going into this game. unfortunately looking to go 16-39 unless they could compose a miracle comeback. They were 2-6 last year. Year before, they finished their season, I believe, 9-1.
It was an incredible team they had 2 years ago. Guys like Dustin Stensby, Blaze Zeitler, Jalen Tillman.
On their phones?
Anyways, I spaced on the guy's name, but
as Hubbard tossed it across the middle, right side incomplete.
a great guy. Just getting over Rocky Mountain fever is Coach John Hargis.
Samuel had a good
Why do you say that,
pump fake.
James?
He had a guy wide open. Good play by Aiden.
Because he was sick. He was just getting over Rocky Mountain fever.
That's true.
For real.
So we also look at for Franklin Classical, they've got a new coach this year, head coach Matthew Herrera. You could see him in the mid-screen. We'll do a little bit of a zoom in there on him. But Coach Herrera, in his first season, he's got Seth Witherington as, I believe, more in the middle school coach. But Herrera, in his first season, his record of, I believe, a record of 2 and
A win here
3,
tonight will make
2
it
and
3
4.
and
I believe
4.
he'll be 3 and 4 with a W tonight, coming into this game at 2 and 4. Their victories against Bowling Green and the Tennessee Heat North teams. Fortunately, no W's against the South teams up to this point. Looking like they're going to potentially just seal the deal here on their
Just run the
senior
clock
night.
out and wrap it up.
Yep. The PA guys are having way too much fun here at the Classical's homecoming night.
Yeah, that's what we'll say.
They're having a lot of fun here. It's been a great environment here at Fred Lane Field. All the fans have been getting engaged with it when the times have been close for defensive stops. It's been great.
Interesting.
As it's stuffed to the line of scrimmage, 3rd down.
And at this point, if you're Sewanne, you want to wrap this up. You want to get out of here without any further injuries. Same for Classical too. You just want to pack it up and.
Looks like he didn't. Looks like Dozier didn't click in his microphone, which is all right. 10:46 left to go. So, for Classical, it's been an interesting season. Next year, they're looking like they're going to be a potentially big threat. I mean, of course, you're losing several seniors, including Josh Austin. It's that one guy really difficult to replace. But Classical's looking very interesting going into next year.
Yeah, a lot of young talent, a lot of guys like a Clay Lott who just came in, Jed Mangrum. Of course, you got the quarterback, Samuel Hubbard. Sahlstrom is still coming back. You're going to lose Rorty. You're going to lose McKinnon. But I think they'll be all right. They've got some good young guys coming up. Coach Herrera is going to do a good job. He kind of came in late in the game and wasn't able to recruit maybe like he would have liked to. So he'll have an opportunity to do that this upcoming season.
Give a shout out to the knight down there. Miles Menard. Are we allowed to say who it is?
So
It's
now
not
2nd down and
Miles
9.
Menard. It is someone that is the same height as him.
Left
and his
side.
parents would not be at the game
Rush
had he
up the
not
middle
been at
for the Mountain Lions. 1st down
But
with
it's not
Cameron
him.
Harmon getting about the 11-yard rushing gain.
Interesting strategy, Cotton pulling Josh Austin out of the game. Of course, we wish the best to
I knew it was Miles.
Mr.
The
Jonah
guy has
Rorty
cowboy
here
boots
on the sidelines with an arm sling.
Yeah, Rorty with that sling there, unfortunately taking an injury. And of course, we can tell you all now, ladies and gentlemen, this weekend is going to be the start of the All-Star reckoning, essentially. We're going to start collecting the coaches' nominations together.
We are currently collecting them.
Yeah, well, they're being sent to us, but we're going to amass them together and prepare for the voting system as we did last year. Add in our nominations and then get the voting system so you guys can choose who goes to Dayton for the 2019 Chick-fil-A Extreme.
Well,
All-Star
they will have. You guys have a part in voting who goes. It's a 3-way part.
Yep.
There's coaches' nominations. There's you guys voting. And then there's our side as well as the media, just kind of keeping an eye on who's having a great year so far, and
Yep.
maybe guys that maybe got overlooked that we feel deserve an opportunity to go.
It's going to be very special to see how these all go down. As a shovel pass again to McLean. First down and 10 for the Mountain Lions. It's time just winding down here. And you look at the Mountain Lions as well. You know, they've had their struggles since 2017. Of course, they haven't been able to get that big team as they had there with Stensby and losing guys. Of course, Tillman graduating last year. That was a big loss for the Mountain Lions. But looking going into 2020, they've got some decent prospects. A lot of these guys that we've seen big plays from are mostly there's a few eighth graders on the team. A lot of them are sophomores and juniors, so it's looking like they might be stacked next year.
I'm looking forward to keeping an eye on a guy like a Cam
Nice
Robinson,
pass by the
someone on the
Sewanne
line that's kind of the glue. We were talking to Sewanne coaches before the game, and they said they were talking through scenarios of, what if this guy gets hurt, this guy gets hurt, what if Cam Robinson gets hurt,
And they just stayed completely silent.
and it's one of those things where it's like, oh man, I hope that doesn't happen.
Fortunately, Cam Robinson has stood strong for the Mountain Lions. On second down and 10. Trying to at least get another score here as another pass to McLean. He loses the ball, picks it back up. Several flags flying from the secondary.
Ball, people struggle when the ball gets wet. I wonder if they struggle just as much if the ball is dirty.
Maybe they see a speck of dirt on there and don't want to handle it at all. Even with the gloves, they'd rather not have contact with the ball. But here's Dozier to tell us a story.
During the play, blocking it back on the offense, that'll be a 10-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
You got guys who, are learning the game of football, or maybe, even if they've been in America, it's still hard to kind of learn the game. And this kind of stuff is going to happen.
Second down. Pass to the left by Harmon. Incomplete. There's another flag down from the backfield. That pass was intended for Cantrell. So we'll get the call from Dozier on this one. So it looks like we got more flags.
During the play, holding, offense, that'll be a 10-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
So they move it back just a smidge.
Well, they've got Cameron Harmon coming back, and, that's a guy that hopefully his senior year, he can take over the quarterback position and just run it. Spencer, we have a final in Huntsville. It's the Freedom Cowboys 38, Christian Community 14.
So, of course, congratulations to Ezel Harding, Lancaster Christian, and Riverside Christian. With the victory over Franklin Christian, all three of those teams have clinched officially a playoff berth. So the South is finalized for who's going to be in the playoffs. In terms of who's hosting the first and second round, that's coming down to the final week of the regular season. Second down and about half the field. Deep toss on the left, intended for Cantrell. Makes the catch,
What a
stays on his
catch.
feet. Cantrell to the end zone. Touchdown, Mountain Lions.
What a catch. I mean, we had Jed Mangrum down here hitting every button on the Xbox controller, and a one-handed just spinning behind the back. I mean, look at this. Boom. With his offhand, outside hand.
Dominique Thyssen on the coverage.
And Spencer Cantrell is only a freshman.
Only a freshman and making big moves like that and get another touchdown in.
After this extra point, let's get the replay one more time.
Look at it again since things are just winding down here, and the extra point is good.
That football's way back
again,
there.
McLean just
What a bomb, too. I mean, that ball spotted about the 40. He throws it from like the 35.
7:40 to go in the fourth.
At least a 40-yard pass, and then he just runs it. Just a great play.
They're hanging on for dear life.
spectacular play there.
The
7:40 left to go in the game. The Mount Lions get another score, but Classical's still trying to wrap it up.
I'm just seeing what y'all
Just another deep kick, and
We're going to get a
looks
false
like,
start.
yeah, legal procedure, false start. And we'll get the call from the official. So they move it back 5 yards. Again, on kickoffs, Dozier doesn't make the calls, but good shot of him. Carson Dozier, the white cap for the MTAC championship last year between the Colts and the Feet. Although it was a blowout, it was a heavy defensive game by Christian Community. And Webb just did not play on May Flanders Field in a while, which seemed to affect him a bunch because of their offensive schemes. But, of course, that's old news now with being a year behind us, and we are officially 3 weeks out from the MTAC playoffs, officially kicking off the first 16 playoff system, which James advocated for years and years and years. Finally got it. I think they finally listened to you on that one. So, onside kick attempt.
This is one of the years that the South is happy that there is a 16 playoff, and the North so much. If the Heat were in it, and we'll have to see what Bowling Green does. I mean, Bowling Green could pull a shocker. They've already put up 36 points on Lighthouse, so anything can happen.
Now under 7 minutes, so the clock continuing to run. I guess it's not a mercy rule thing because it's weird because it's 39-14. I'm surprised the clock is running.
It shouldn't be running.
I guess maybe they made a decision there or something. I don't know.
Maybe he thinks it's 35 when it's actually only 25.
We'll just go by what the official scoreboard says. The clock continuing to run. Handoff right side. There's a big run for Classical. That's Ernie McKinnon back in the game. Of course, they do have a sling on Rorchi on the sideline. He's taking off his shoulder pad. It's interesting. I'm wondering what injury potentially Josh Austin is having because, he played a decent amount in the first and second quarter.
Or they just decided to rest him since, the game was kind of in the books and you don't want to risk any injuries.
That's true. I mean, yeah, if you got that Battle of Franklin coming up.
Right, you look towards the future. You got the Battle of Franklin, and then after that, potentially All-Star game, maybe if there's an All-American game, like a legitimate All-American game. And then obviously college.
2nd and 10. A handoff left side. Sahlstrom again. He's cutting to the outside. Sahlstrom being chased down. Is Bosane going to stop him? Nope. Touchdown. Nice.
50-yard run for the touchdown.
And a great effort to get that edge, hit the sideline, and he's gone.
I can tell you that.
Faster than Ben. I disagree.
The clock's still continuing to run, so I guess it's over.
I don't know why that clock is running, because it shouldn't be.
Well, now a 31-point lead.
Kind of did a disservice to Coach. I don't know if Coach Hargis notices.
Hey, Janet Davis is here.
And they do signal for a stoppage. I believe there is a penalty on the field. We'll get the call from Dozier.
And we're going to.
So it looked like something on the Knights. And, yep, just the signal affecting us again. The wind starting to go around here and make that 4:45 left to go in the fourth.
Spencer, we might have a record for the longest
quarter.
Kick is up.
And it's good.
And it is good.
So make that 46-14, a 32-point lead. The clock continuing to wind down. So I guess they're just wrapping it up here at Fred Lane Field. The Knights going to get their first victory in the South. Clock winding down as the Knights get the recovery on the onside kick, but he's ruled down by contact. They rule it down by contact there and down at about the 40-yard line. So I guess it's in high school, it's right when you get the ball and your knee is down on the ground.
Yeah, on a kickoff. Now we did want to give y'all did want to let y'all know the running clock was requested by Coach Hargis. Obviously the game over for all intents and purposes. Want to try to hurry the clock up and avoid any potential injuries.
Possibly to get out of here before 10 o'clock.
No, Spencer, I was saying the longest 8-man game in Tennessee history because it's still in the third quarter. It's 68-44, Lighthouse leading Bowling Green. The game started at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. It's now 9:45, and they're still in the third quarter. And the mercy rule isn't even close to being enacted.
This is almost the same thing as we had with Bowling Green Heat last week. It's the same thing where it just kept going because Bowling Green preventing the mercy rule from going off. Right side rush and brought down. That was Thyssen trying to get the rush, and timeout called by
Run by number
Hargis.
12, Dominic Thiessen.
Timeout called by Hargis. So minute 27 left to go in the matchup, and
Spencer,
it's interesting, you know, Hargis called a timeout with the clock running, but we'll get to that in a second. Some more scoring updates.
Spencer, Bowling Green Christian, Gage Holman will not go away. This man is a machine. 68-50, Lighthouse leads Bowling Green. It was just 68-36.
Last week was the highest score combined. That Bowling Green Heat game. What was the combined score on that?
It was 148 points.
So what's that at now? 100. It's 100.
Well, this one's at 118.
118. It might get close. Even though it's not the highest.
It might get close.
Not the highest scoring game we broadcasted because that'll be Heat Bowling Green probably for a long time. But at least in terms of highest scoring game of the season, might get up there. Bowling Green doesn't like to go away. They never go down without a fight. So timeout called by Hargis. Deep pass by Hubbard up the middle. Incomplete.
Pass was
Almost
pass
caught
was
by
up.
McKinnon.
Yeah, pass was up for grabs.
Almost got it.
And we've got a flag on the play.
There's a flag. They're keeping the clock running and get the call. Again, he clicked his mic off there, thought it was on. And they do stop the clock at 1:14, so they do move it back. Or actually, they move it forward for Classical's offense.
We do not want Mrs. Harlow picking up after us. Grab your trash and someone else's. And mine.
Just basically wrapping it up here for the Knights. Just a great win for them on homecoming night, especially against the Mountain Lions, one of their division rivals for several seasons. Just a great game all around. Deep toss across the middle, intended for Ernie McKinnon, incomplete. They keep trying to pass it to McKinnon to get a touchdown for him.
They want to get him one. As a senior, they want to get him something, and they're trying. Well, I missed that play there.
Yeah, they're trying to get it, but it's just an incomplete across the middle, headed down to 40 seconds. So for the Mountain Lions, they've got one game against the Tennessee Heat next Saturday. And then for the Classical Knights, they've got a bye week. And then on a Thursday night, they face off against Franklin Christian Academy in the Battle of Franklin. We'll be proud to be live at that flag on the field.
Looks like we're going to get a defensive pass interference.
With 20 seconds left, the clock winding down as we'll probably get the call from Dozier. See if we can get the call as it stopped at 16 seconds.
We're done.
16 seconds.
Run the clock, Fernando. Run the clock, Fernando.
And they're saying run the clock.
No.
They're going to call it there.
And I guess there's still a flag. They're going to run it down.
And that's going to do it,
holding
folks.
on the
46 to
defense,
14.
and it's declined.
Franklin Classical
46 to 14,
homecoming.
the final score. We'll see you on Instagram Live for the postgame. The Knights get it done on homecoming. Thanks for watching the Kingdom.com
Thank you,
Extreme Game of the
Sewanne,
Week.
for joining us.